YouTube. Welcome back to KDV here on YouTube.com. As you know about my channel, it's about professional wrestling reviews, predictions, so on and so forth, you guys. And so today, you guys, we're going to be talking about the WWE's Monday Night Raw that happened last night on May 31st, 2021, the last Raw of last month. And today is June 1st, so I'm doing this video early in the morning, guys. And so before I get started in this video, let me make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my video. Make sure when you get everyone else to do, please have everyone else to do the same, if you would please. All right, so before I get lost in one of the matches, because I missed one of the matches last night on Raw, which they had the Raw Tag Team Championships on the line, where it was Xavier Wood. No, excuse me. It was AJ Styles and Omos defending the tag team titles against Jackson Ryker and Elias. And so, you guys, in that match, we had Elias walk out. We had Elias walk out on Jackson Ryker. And so, who next will Elias walk with? Because Elias, he always says WWE stands for Walk with Elias. And so what is next for them? Because we seen the team end up WWE end up breaking up that team last night. So I wonder who's gonna dethrone the Raw Tag Team Champion AJ Styles and Omos, because they only defended their titles I think 2 or 3 times, you guys. And so I'm really curious of who could it be. Let me know in the comment section below down there. All right, so first match of the night we had, you guys, we had a joke of a match. We had Nikki Cross versus Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair must have beat Nikki Cross within 2 minutes, but that didn't end up happening because Nikki Cross was running around the ring. I gave that match a 1.2. All right, so second match we had of the night, you guys, which was a pretty decent match, I had to say the least, where we had Randy Orton versus Xavier Woods. Randy Orton had Riddle in his corner. Kofi Kingston wasn't out there with Xavier Woods. So some highlights just to give you of this match, you guys. Orton had most of the advantage of the match, of course, but Woods locks in the armbar on Orton. Then Orton ends up escaping from that. He does some little clothesline moves and stuff like that. Orton gets up, Orton starts going for the hunting RKO, but Xavier Woods counter with a backslide pin, but Randy Orton kicks out, and then Orton ends up turning Woods over into the Bro Derek, or hitting the Bro Derek on Xavier Woods, just as Xavier Woods lost last week to an RKO by Matt Riddle. So yeah, you guys, that was pretty impressive. I gave that match a 3.1. All right, third match of the night we had, we had Shayna Baszler versus Reginald. Reginald, he has been getting help, from Alexa Bliss, and because every time he goes near the thing, fire comes up, and it ends up costing Shayna Baszler or Nia Jax a match. And so Reginald ends up winning last night, and I gave that a 2.4. But because the performance of Reginald has been very, very, very excellent, you guys. We seen him wrestle Sasha Banks a couple of months ago. Now we see him wrestle Shayna Baszler, and I think it was one time he wrestled Nia Jax as well. But I hope he becomes like a professional wrestler. Well, I think he is a professional wrestler, but he's not like absolutely wrestling like other men wrestlers are. All right, so yeah, you guys, fourth match we had of the night, we had Mace and T-Bar versus the Lucha House Party. Basically in this match, you guys, it was a quick match, I have to say the least. There was a double clothesline by T-Bar and Mace, a couple slams and stuff like that. Then they end up doing that double choke slam, and Mace and T-Bar ends up picking up the victory, and I gave that match a 2. All right, so after then, you guys, the fourth match we had of the night, let's say Sheamus came out and saying that he wants someone worthy of having, being in the ring with him, fighting for the United States Championship. I don't know why I was going to say Intercontinental Championship, but, that's not the case. All right, so Sheamus ends up having a match against Ricochet first. Ricochet Ricochet ends up winning by distraction after Humberto Carrillo runs straight to the ring and stops. And then Sheamus looks up there and then get rolled up. And so I gave that match a 1.5 because we already seen that was going to happen. And then the second match Sheamus had was which was with Humberto Carrillo. And Humberto Carrillo ends up breaking the nose of Sheamus. That was confirmed as well, that Sheamus does have a broken nose. As we seen last night, that Sheamus was bleeding from his nose. And I was like, wow. And so I gave that match a 1.5 as well because it was it ended up being a roll-up as well. So yeah. Sixth match we had of the night, you guys, which was Lana and Naomi versus Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. Of course, we have Tamina and Natalia, as the women's tag team champions. They're here scouting of who is worthy, for them, who they will face, next, because they already done beat Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler in that rematch. I think it was over on Friday Night SmackDown this past week. And then, so the match ended up being with Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose winning that match. And they hit like a move where it was like a Samoan drop with followed by a twisting neck breaker off the top rope. So yeah, you guys, it looks like Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke is next for the WWE women's tag team titles. So I'm ready to see this match whenever it decides to happen. Maybe it'll be Hell in a Cell, maybe it'll be in 2 weeks or something like that. You never know what WWE decides to do. All right, so the seventh match we had, you guys, we had a quick match. I gave this match a 0, you guys, because we already knew what was going to happen. We had Shelton Benjamin versus Cedric Alexander, and Cedric Alexander ends up breaking the eyes of Shelton Benjamin to pick up the victory. So yeah, main event we had, you guys, we had Kofi Kingston versus Drew McIntyre. I gave that match a 3.5 because Kofi and Drew, they did put up some pretty decent stuff out there in the ring last night, you guys. Drew McIntyre ends up the ending was Drew McIntyre clays Kofi Kingston after Kofi Kingston leaps off the top rope and then gets Claymore in midair, and then pins Kofi Kingston for the win. So it will be the almighty Bobby Lashley versus the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre. And that is it, you guys, for Chris Wrestling Views. I mean, not Chris Wrestling Views, KDV here on YouTube. Because, you guys, my channel used to be called Chris Wrestling Views, so I had to change it up a bit. But I do thank you guys for listening in. I really do appreciate you guys for taking 8 minutes out of your time today. And, checking out my video. Check out my other videos, you guys. Look down in the description. I have TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and something else down below, you guys. So look down below in that description box, and you'll see other ways that you can reach out to me. I really do, like I said, appreciate you guys more. And don't forget to watch WWE's NXT tonight, where we have a triple threat match, where we have Kyle O'Reilly versus Johnny Gargano versus Pete Dunne, to winner who's going to face Karrion Kross for the NXT Championship. And looks like Finn Balor is coming back to the main roster, you guys. Thank you all for watching KDV here on YouTube.com, and I'll see you guys in my next video.